9 Signs and symptoms of vitamin B12 deficiency. Vitamin B12, also known as cobalamin, is an important water-soluble vitamin, one trusted source. It plays an essential role in the production of your red blood cells and DNA, as well as the proper functioning of your nervous system. Vitamin B12 is naturally found in animal foods, including meats, fish, poultry, eggs and dairy. However, it can also be found in products fortified with B12, such as some varieties of bread and plant-based milk. Unfortunately, B12 deficiency is common, especially in the elderly. You're at risk of deficiency if you don't get enough from your diet or aren't able to absorb enough from the food you eat. People at risk of a B12 deficiency include 2 trusted sources. The elderly. Those who've had surgery that removes the part of the bowel that absorbs B12. People on the drug metformin for diabetes. People following a strict vegan diet. Those taking long-term antacid drugs for heartburn. Unfortunately, symptoms of a vitamin B12 deficiency can take years to show up, and diagnosing it can be complex. A B12 deficiency can sometimes be mistaken for a folate deficiency. Low levels of B12 cause your folate levels to drop. However, if you have a B12 deficiency, correcting low folate levels may simply mask the deficiency and fail to fix the underlying problem. 3 trusted sources. People with a B12 deficiency often look pale or have a slight yellow tinge to the skin and whites of the eyes, a condition known as jaundice. This happens when a lack of B12 causes problems with your body's red blood cell production. 4 trusted sources. Vitamin B12 plays an essential role in the production of the DNA needed to make red blood cells. Without it, the instructions for building the cells are incomplete, and cells are unable to divide. 5 trusted sources. This causes a type of anemia called megaloblastic anemia, in which the red blood cells produced in your bone marrow are large and fragile. These red blood cells are too large to pass out of your bone marrow and into your circulation. The fragility of these cells also means that many of them break down, causing an excess of bilirubin. Bilirubin is a slightly red or brown colored substance, which is produced by the liver when it breaks down old blood cells. Weakness and fatigue are common symptoms of vitamin B12 deficiency. They occur because your body doesn't have enough vitamin B12 to make red blood cells, which transport oxygen throughout your body. As a result, you are unable to efficiently transport oxygen to your body's cells, making you feel tired and weak. In the elderly, this type of anemia is often caused by an autoimmune condition known as pernicious anemia. One of the more serious side effects of a long-term B12 deficiency is nerve damage. This can occur over time, as vitamin B12 is an important contributor to the metabolic pathway that produces the fatty substance myelin. Myelin surrounds your nerves as a form of protection and insulation. 9 trusted sources. Without B12, myelin is produced differently, and your nervous system isn't able to function properly. Glossitis is a term used to describe an inflamed tongue. If you have glossitis, your tongue changes color and shape, making it painful, red and swollen. The inflammation can also make your tongue look smooth, as all the tiny bumps on your tongue that contain your taste buds stretch out and disappear. Additionally, some people with a B12 deficiency may experience other oral symptoms, such as mouth ulcers, feelings of pins and needles in the tongue or a burning and itching sensation in the mouth. 15 trusted sources. 17 trusted sources. If you become anemic due to a B12 deficiency, you may feel short of breath and a bit dizzy, especially when you exert yourself. This is because your body lacks the red blood cells it needs to get enough oxygen to your body's cells. However, these symptoms can have many causes, so if you notice that you are unusually breathless, you should speak to your doctor to investigate the cause. One symptom of vitamin B12 deficiency is blurred or disturbed vision. This can occur when an untreated B12 deficiency results in nervous system damage to the optic nerve that leads to your eyes. 18. Trusted source. The damage can disrupt the nervous signal that travels from your eye to your brain, impairing your vision. People with B12 deficiency often report changes in mood. It's important to note that changes to mood and conditions like dementia and depression can have a variety of causes. A very rare but occasional symptom of B12 deficiency is a high temperature. However, it's important to remember that high temperatures are more commonly caused by illness, not a B12 deficiency.